Okay. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for being here. Um, we are happy today to talk about one of our intervention products, and it's called 95 Wrap. So today we're here to talk with about 35M, one of the products on the intervention, and we are going to be looking at 95 Wrap. And we're grateful to have the team here. So, over the past 2 weeks, Wayne Risa has been collaborating with vendors identified on the 35M intervention list to offer webinars that provide an overview of their products and services. Today, we'll have an opportunity to learn more about 95 Wrap during this 1 hour session. At the end of the week, once all sessions have concluded, we will share webinar recordings and information shared by the vendors. If you would like earlier access, please visit our grant website at grants.risa.net. Under the 35M section, you will find an updated recording link and webinar and vendor materials as they become. We'll send them out at the end of the week, all of them together, but this, if you want them sooner, you will have that opportunity. Finally, or next, if you have questions and answers today, down on your control panel, you should see a Q&A button. If for whatever reason you aren't able to access that, you can always access through the chat. There will be representatives from 95 Wrap that will answer your questions. If you have a 35M question, I'm also here that I can try to help you answer that as well. And finally, Wayne Risa doesn't endorse specific providers. These webinars are offered as a service to help districts make informed decisions about 35M grant spending. For questions about specific products, we'd like you to please contact the vendors directly. If you're a Wayne County district or school and would like support in identifying instructional needs or developing a plan for purchasing and adopting materials, we invite you to reach out to one of our Wayne Risa literacy consultants. So with that being said, I am going to turn this over to Justin Carlson from 95 Wrap.
All right. Thank you very much, Carrie. I think I'm sharing now. I can see everything on my side. So nice to meet you all. I'm going to turn this over to Carrie.
Hello, good morning. My name is Carrie Rendell, and I am your regional account executive for Michigan from 95% Group. And today we are going to be talking about 95 Wrap. That's our Tier 3 intervention. Justin Carlson is our senior project manager, and he's going to be going over our presentation. And then we have two other members of our team this morning, Shanitra and Krista, and they are going to also be helping with our chat and answering any Q&As. Justin, do you want to hit next one too?
Next one.
Yep. Perfect. We will just briefly kind of go over that 35M approved, what we were approved for from 95% Group, a little overview of 95% Group and our literacy ecosystem. Then Justin is going to dive into a whole overview of 95 Wrap, a quick demo to see what it looks like, and the professional learning that is embedded within 95 Wrap. And then we will also have time for additional questions at the end. All right, and with the 35M grant, there's that $87 million in state funding split between those three different categories: Tier 1 curriculum, intervention, both Tiers 2 and 3, and professional learning. 95% Group does have a approved program, our phonics core program within Tier 1. And then today we're going to be talking about 95 Wrap, which is our Tier 3 intervention program. And all of our programs are all aligned with that common academic language and routines. Just a reminder that that deadline to apply is July 11th, and that you can only apply for one of the programs, one of the buckets, and that funds will be dispersed starting in October and must be spent by September. of 2026. All right, next one, Justin.
Yeah, sorry.
No, you're good.
It's my first job on this.
You're good. It's a Monday morning. We're all running a little slow.
Mhm.
And then with 95% group, our foundational principles really are to unlock the power of literacy for every child. 95% group is kind of an interesting name for a literacy company, but it really stems from our belief that 95% or more students can learn to read with that high quality literacy instruction. And we really build on that science of reading and empower teachers. We know a lot of teachers do not have this background in their teacher prep program, so we really aim to come alongside and empower teachers to utilize these principles within the classroom. All right. Next one, Justin. And we truly believe that literacy is a human right and that everyone has the right to that high quality evidence aligned reading instruction for a really secure and purposeful future. So we are really excited about the 35M grant, that districts have the opportunity to expand and really adopt these science of reading programs. I will let Justin Carlson, our senior product manager, now kind of really dive into the 95 RAP program and give you an idea of what that looks like.
Hello, everybody. Thank you, Carrie. My name is Justin Carlson. I'm the product manager for 95 RAP, so I'm really excited to be here today and tell you more about RAP. I am going to work from my comments, my written notes today, just to keep me on track. My colleagues know I can go, and so for them and for you all, I'll just stick to the main points. But feel free to put any questions in the chat. We can answer some questions at the end. Today, we're here to learn about our Tier 3 solution, 95 Reading Achievement Program, or 95 RAP. RAP is an intensive intervention for students from kindergarten and beyond. 95 RAP is teacher-delivered direct instruction methodology that is integrated with technology and leverages a web-based app to streamline tasks related to class management, individualized instruction, skill tracking, and reporting. I like to say the app does a lot of the heavy lifting while still allowing teachers the ability to make instructional decisions based on each student's individual needs. 95 RAP is a true Tier 3 intervention. So when we think about Tier 3, I'm sure you all are familiar with this diagram. This diagram illustrates the three-tiered model for instructional support often used in literacy intervention frameworks. The upward arrow signifies that as we move from Tier 1 to Tier 3, there is an increase in the time, intensity, and focus of instruction. This model ensures that every student receives the level of support they need to succeed in literacy. 95 RAP is a Tier 3 intervention providing the most intensive and individualized level of instruction designed for students with significant learning needs. I'm going to share a video from one of our districts we work with to show the impact of RAP, and wanted to put it early in the presentation so we have plenty of time, and I'll go a little bit deeper into RAP as we move on. So I'm going to click on this now, and anyone give me a thumbs up, make sure you can hear the sound once I start this.
Before 95 RAP, we were just pulling resources from wherever we could find them. We knew what kids needed to do, we just didn't know how to get them there. 95 RAP gave us a plan. It gave us the definite things we needed to focus on, the resources to get it there, the schedule, just the whole model of how to move kids.
Good morning, friends. I am so glad to see you this morning. Did you have a good weekend? All righty, so let's go ahead and get started, right? We start with drill first.
95 RAP is an intensive reading intervention designed for students with persistent reading difficulties. It is grounded in the science of reading and the core components of literacy instruction. The curriculum and technology guide teachers through instructional routines to teach foundational reading skills.
All right, what's that second word that's in the box? Not the one with the line, Kalia.
A highly skilled, knowledgeable teacher can't be replaced. And what the app does is it allows teachers to have all of the curriculum in one place. The app is collecting data as teachers are marking responses, and that gives them a lot of power to think about how they can really impact students.
RAP is not a cookie cutter program. RAP is not one size fits all. RAP is what you need, it's what you get. And that's what I love about it. So Araya, today in Word Attack, you're going to be working on CVC, short A. I have children that come to me in RAP, they're working on their consonant letter, the sounds. Then I have children that are reading 3-letter blends. They all sit at the same table because it's so individualized that I give him or her exactly what they need and build on what they have and continue to build the skill set. Just 2 away. Oh, that's strength right there, Lava. Nicely done. Nicely done. Go ahead and color your graph for me.
In the state of North Carolina and here in Edgecombe County, we assess students at the beginning, middle, and end of the year. This year, when we looked at the data in winter, we saw that around 84% of students who had been receiving consistent RAP instruction had made significant progress in at least one DIBEL subtest.
Ready to tap it out? Very good. I think the kids, number one, get excited when they're successful. And that's what 95 RAP does. It measures where kids are and it starts them in their sweet spot. Every kid wants to feel successful, and that's what 95 RAP does.
Okay. That was a great day, a couple of days to spend in schools and see all the excitement around RAP and all the great interactions with the students. So let me share a little bit more about RAP now. 95 RAP is a comprehensive solution grounded in the science of reading. 95 RAP provides explicit, systematic instruction following a clear sequence with skills being taught directly and intentionally. Our diagnostic tools helped identify skill gaps and provide data that informs instruction while supporting differentiation. Through systematic, for example, clear scope and sequence, and explicit, for example, scaffolding and gradual release of responsibilities, students are given increased opportunities to build independence as readers. 95 RAP lesson includes 7 components to address the key areas of reading instruction. Instruction is divided into small units designed to give a just right level of instruction while holding students' attention as it moves from one component to the next. Teachers are provided a range of time for each component to meet the needs of their learners. The flexibility for teachers and students allows the instruction to move as quickly as possible, but as slowly as needed as students work towards mastery. 95 RAP is individualized. 95 RAP stands apart from other Tier 3 solutions because of the individualized nature of the program. We meet students where they are and move at their own pace, working towards mastery every step of the way. Word Attack, which is the component where we teach the decoding by applying phonics rules, provides an example of this individualization. The skills for each student have been identified by their at their individual levels based on initial diagnostic assessment and ongoing data tracking. As you can see from the teacher's screen from the web app, and I'll zoom in on this in one moment so you can have a clearer view of it. Each student in this group is working at a different skill. Tia is working on long vowel, silent E, while Gus is working on open syllable pattern. The beauty of this is that the teacher can work with all of these students on exactly what they need within a small group. In 95 RAP, the teacher is leading instruction while the app houses curriculum, collects data to track mastery of skills as the teacher captures students' responses. To the left, you'll see the teacher's screen and the 4 students are on the right. The teacher can see each skill the student is currently working on before beginning the component. Once a component begins, the teacher introduces or reviews the syllable type, pattern, and rule with each student individually. Students are able to see their current list as the teacher introduces the skill. Students begin marking and practicing their words while the other students take turns reading aloud from their current list. The teacher provides immediate feedback based on the responses and uses the check for automatic. Hesitation was to be marked with an H and incorrect would be marked with a dot. If the student makes an error in marking or decoding a word, the teacher provides explicit corrective feedback. The teacher maintains a perky pace throughout the component while providing short bursts of instruction throughout. At the end of the component, students are sent to a review screen where they can see the results from the day and practice decoding any missed words one more time. Let me show you this simulation in these slides. So on the left-hand side here is the teacher screen, and then you're going to have 4 students connected to this session, and they're represented with these screens on the right. So if I'm a teacher, I'm going to, when I start the WordTech component, which is that phonics piece, I'm going to see on my teacher screen a lesson just for that student. So this is for Tia, and she's working on these vowel teams. I can see the teacher dialogues in bold, the student responses are in this bolded blue color. I can see the actual strategy they're using of highlighting the vowel team here, and I can see the hand gesture. And this lesson is structured in a gradual release of responsibility structure. So there'll be the modeling practice before the individual prompting. So if I now go to that student screen, so if I go to Tia's screen, she's going to see just those words on her screen. So she's not seeing what other students are seeing. She's just seeing a lesson or the content that relates to her lesson. If I move to the next student, I'm here on Van. He's working on these long vowel silent E. Again, here's his lesson, including the markup and the hand gesture. And then on Van's screen, he's just seeing the corresponding content. So it's delivered just to his screen and only for him. If I move on to the next student, here's Mabel. She's working on these compound words with short vowel. And then on her screen, she's just seeing the corresponding content. These lessons walk teachers through these skills. So teachers are learning along with the students, if need be, about the details, and they're able to have the whole entire lesson here. And then you're going to see on Gus's screen, he's also seeing those skills. So let me move on and talk more about RAP. 95 RAP is explicit. The explicit nature of RAP provides students with a direct and systematic instruction they need to build knowledge and close instructional gaps. The methodology provides teachers with instructional dialogue and techniques to meet the needs of each student. The explicit nature of the program allows for repeated practice with frequent feedback. Our teacher-led tech-supported solution equips teachers with instructional dialogue to deliver explicit individualized instruction, allowing them to focus on teaching rather than creating materials. Here you see on our phonological awareness skill introduction, as you can see, the instructional dialogue walks teachers through the gradual release to ensure students understand before moving into individual prompting. 95 RAP is mastery-based. Through high-quality instruction delivered by highly trained educators coupled with repetition required for Tier 3 students, students build automaticity, accuracy, and mastery of concept. The app collects data with every mark the teacher captures during a lesson and supports the teacher by moving to new instructional skills in the scope and sequence after students have demonstrated mastery. You can see on this screen here, which is a WordAttack screen, and you see student marking there that they would mark on their screen and it would appear on the teacher's screen. Through the mastery model of the 95 RAP curriculum, students receive the repetition they need to build lasting foundation of knowledge. Teachers capture responses and provide explicit feedback throughout the components. The app tracks the scored responses to determine mastery and moves students to the next skill once it's achieved. The teacher is informed when students are moving to the next skill so the teacher can plan for instruction. It's a very clean interface both for the teacher and the student. 95 RAP is professional learning focused. At the heart of 95 RAP is a teacher. The most effective way to support students with the greatest needs is to equip educators with deep knowledge and expertise with support along the way. By investing in professional learning, we create a sustainable system of support that teaches every student through empowered teachers. It's not only knowing what to teach, but how to teach it. So professional learning is embedded in our 95 RAP training. Through both asynchronous coursework and live virtual session, teachers learn how and why teaching students to read, providing the tools to meet students where they are. As Louisa Moat said, teachers, not programs, teach students to read. 95 RAP professional learning provides opportunities for teachers to understand how students learn to read, provide explicit instructional methods, and houses the curriculum in the app for ease of implementation and data keeping. Professional learning does not end with the coursework. To make the greatest impact on student achievement, teachers must receive coaching support as they implement what they've learned in their classrooms. Coaching has the greatest impact on classroom application. An investment in 95 Wrap is investment in the teacher. The training includes 2 asynchronous courses to deepen knowledge of reading instruction and the Wrap methodology. These courses are followed by an interactive live webinar focused on small group practice sessions where every teacher practices using the app. Once teachers begin implementing, they will receive 3 one-on-one virtual sessions where one of our Wrap coaches will review a lesson, provide timestamp feedback and narratives about the lesson. The teacher and coach will then debrief the lesson individually and set goals for the next coaching session. We believe this investment in the teacher is critical to ensuring teachers are equipped to meet the complex needs of their students who require the highest level of intervention to become skilled readers. We provide additional professional learning opportunities to support teachers and students in 95 Wrap. Bridge to 95 Wrap, building pre-literacy skills, is designed to meet the needs of our youngest learners, focusing on 3 major emergent literacy skills: oral language, phonological awareness, and the alphabetic principle. 95 Write is a complement to 95 Wrap, which uses a systematic approach to written language. The writing curriculum applies the fundamentals of continuous assessment and progress monitoring to differentiate writing instruction for students that require intensive intervention. I've reached the end of my comments, and I'm going to transition this back over to answer any questions and possibly to Carrie.
Give it a second, see if anybody has any questions or anything's added to the Q&A.
Oh, sorry, go ahead, Carrie.
No, go ahead. I was just gonna say my information is there, and then I will also include an additional 1-pager of information. But yeah, we are here to answer any questions.
Justin, one of the questions we got in the Q&A was about grouping being mixed so that students aren't necessarily working on the same skill together. Do you want to talk more about that?
Yes. Due to the individualized nature of Wrap and the fact that it starts with that diagnostic to really target the student's foundational skills, it's less critical that students are grouped around their similar needs. So you're going to be able to place students at different levels, and even we've seen students grouped from different grades sometimes. So put those students into a group. We're going to just by default start with that diagnostic and determine where the gaps are in their foundational skills. And then because the technology is able to differentiate and deliver just what that student needs, they're each going to see their own targeted skill where they need to work. And even in the event, just as kind of a test of proof of concept, even in the event you were to start students at the same skill, or they were to place into the same skill, for example, they're going to begin moving at their own pace. They're going to master skills at their own rate and move and advance and move forward because it is very individualized. So if you have a very similar group, they're going to progress at their own rate. And if you have students at a very different levels, that's okay too, because that's going to be individualized and they are going to only see what they need to see and track their progress individually.
Well, we want to thank 95 Wrap today for coming and spending time with us. And I will make sure that all the handouts and the webinar will be linked on our grants page, which is grants.resa.net. Also, anybody who has signed up for this, which there are a lot of people who signed up, who I am sure are busy at the beginning of their summer, will be able to watch this whenever they're able to. So I'd like to thank you all for coming and participating. If you have any questions, you are more than welcome to stay on and they can answer those. Otherwise, have a wonderful day.